Okay, hi. I'm back and I'm making a follow up video on a person that we made a video about like 2 years ago now, and these are points that a couple of people that we personally know have made, and we won't be revealing their names to the general public unless we want. Well, they want us to. So we do have the Google Doc open, so we can list out the points for the follow up that we are gonna make now. And so, first things first, he made a couple of people that we know talk to his supposed groomer because he thought it would be funny, and or he wanted them to defend him. And second point, it made people protect him from a person who was mad about letting minors ERP in a roleplay server that he personally made himself, and also made the people make an apology and kick a known pedophile and racist out of his server, not doing it himself, which is really shocking to me, because by reading this. And his supposed groomer was around 2 years younger than him, which is not true, by the way. I don't know how old the guy is, but, that's not okay. And he also tried to make the point that he couldn't have groomed, I'll call this person C, just in case, because he isn't young enough to be groomed, apparently, and admitted to F that he groomed both of them and tried to excuse it by saying every alter but this one age regressor / little was dormant, which the guy was an assistant, by the way. This is also about Brady. Follow up. So I thought I should have mentioned that earlier, but it's fine. And J was maybe a pathological liar, but C and the person who made the document are not. They have experienced his actions firsthand. C and the person who made the document personally have not spoken to J other than one time. Brady practically forced them to talk to the guy, and told people that his mother touched his quote unquote touched his thigh. His trauma that caused dissociative identity disorder, which is not personally true, and also abused his mother. By the way, he did abuse his mother by locking her in a room for an hour, put makeup on himself, and framed his own mother for physical abuse to his county's police. This point isn't actually bad per se, but it's just on here, and it's also really annoying. But whenever people in, I think his servers or group chat, would have serious conversations and talk about political topics, he would just agree with everything that the people have said in the conversations without even forming his own opinions. And they also have said that he is politically blind. Sounds about right. And he also made a joke about someone's dead mother, calling them Lydia from Beetlejuice. That's really rude. Besides, and he also made another joke about the monkey bee virus, saying, when the hell did viruses get racist towards black people? Also made concerning comments about a certain guy from Germany from the 1940s toward a Jewish individual, such as the guy whose name starts with H, if you know what I mean, is senpai / sarcastic. And even his ex, Jay, manipulated him into... And it doesn't mean that you can be groomed by someone younger than you. Grooming is the act of someone in position of power, such as someone older than you, making someone do things or training them to be a certain way to benefit you, or or say have like some random relationship, which I won't get into, but you can search out the rest of the definition by yourselves. And he also has a very unstable idea of what grooming is. He said R groomed him, said J groomed him. He never dated R, so according to his idea of what grooming was, R didn't groom him. And if he's going to base it on to get a romantic / sex UAL relationship from someone, and we don't tolerate fake claiming here at all. We are a system ourselves, but there is literally just like tons of proof that Brady is faking being a DID and countless other disorders for attention. Which we will probably make a follow-up on that as well to show the proof. If we get permission, of course, by the people who made this document. And he had this one quote-unquote tick. He faked Tourette's syndrome, by the way, just for this, just for the context of this. And the quote-unquote tick was of the slur against, the slur that is used against, people of color. And, he said it on his streams multiple times. As people who made the document, with one of the people who have access to the document has a tick disorder, you can hold in your ticks. It'll probably hurt, but it's possible, which I didn't know about. Well, we do it. Sometimes it hurts, but I get it from the person's point of view. If he knew that what happened, he couldn't blame anyone but himself, and he needs to take accountability for saying the N-word. And please correct me if the people are wrong here. Correct us as well. But we do believe it's way rare to have swear ticks without motor ticks. And he saved stuff, very bad stuff about kids. If you know, you know. And he said it was to report it to the police, which he probably didn't. He just saved it on his computer. It's just on the computer there on the flash drive, on the hard drive, whatever people call it these days. Another point. Woo! Let's go. Constantly flirted with F when they were 14. He was 16 turning 17, which we do believe. Which some people may not see as an issue, but it was definitely not platonic flirting. Sorry. He did not check C's age before he came into the server and was perfectly fine with a freshly 13-year-old saying his SCX UAL comments, and even recommended if you know you know star to F and C in the stream. Told C that his ERPing every day was healthy and normal, even though it was a very unhealthy coping mechanism for C, which I won't get into. So, but also just sent NSFW stuff where they could see said PORN, and also ERPing in the server was also accessible to both minors and adults. And it was also fully okay with ERPing within letting minors ERP with each other, including the person who made this document and C, they were around 13, 14, and C was still around 12 for a good part of it until they did eventually turn 13. And didn't ask his age, which is really stupid in my opinion. Okay, let's see what else. Would actively reply to the person who made the document and see European with the characters. I don't know if he got off to it. I don't know either, man. But it was really hard to watch two really young teenagers ERP. I mean, there's also DMs, but it was really odd to make a server with it too. People won't excuse that. People won't excuse their actions, but they did get better with time eventually, which I'm really proud that they did work on this. But while they were friends with Brady, it was also completely their fault that they were roped into this. Which I'm happy that they got out of the situation. Good job, guys! If you see this video, but they were roped into harassing people for Brady. He constantly called the person and see his most trusted mods, which we believe to be a grooming tactic to make C and the person feel special. And he was really obsessed with Bara, and even made his name have it at some point. Weird with age regression, which led all of us to believe that he had a certain thing, if you know you know, and would constantly sexualize people in his quote-unquote system. And he'll also sexualize or say sexual things near other systems littles. I'm not shocked about that. Honestly. But he would also mainly say that he had DAD after one of our system friends gave him a little quiz with no research. You're supposed to do extensive research. You're supposed to do extensive research before anything and bring it up to a therapist or a psychologist. I don't know if he knew that, but okay. Quote unquote, I'm not attracted to you, so I couldn't have groomed you, quote unquote. It's a crazy thing to say. It's like say you can't RAPE someone who you don't think is hot. He allowed people into every server, every channel, since they were always his mods. And again, we do believe that he genuinely wanted the people to feel special. So, I'm not shocked about that, since it's common knowledge that he is a groomer at this point. And, it's also odd to have two people who are, like, around 3-4 years younger than you to have in your server, and also be trusted mods. He also forced the people to confront people for him to stop pedophiles in his own server, by the way, and to even harass people. So, this is why we shouldn't have people do that. Like, if you're gonna have mods in your own server, I don't get it. Also, people in the server that were making a dog decided that they felt like grading his server once, which inside the server, C and the person stated that they were uncomfortable with it. They do have proof that they were uncomfortable with everything. I'm probably not gonna ask for it, but if they want to send it over, that's on them. I'm not gonna force them to do anything or send anything over. So, but if Brady's also claiming that you cannot groom someone even if you aren't attracted to them, then how does he think R could have groomed him if he doesn't even know that they're attracted to him? Exactly. Okay. And he's acting like the person who made the document manipulated him into confessing to grooming people. Okay. But all the person did was tell him the legal side of things, which I'm proud about. And it can also be considered pedophilia if the people were aged around so let's say if he's around 18, 19, like a few years younger than him, so we would say that you legally groomed these people, but he believes that he didn't groom them. He still caused people trauma and hurt them. And even made some people lose parts of their childhood that they could have if he didn't sexualize or say that their hypersexuality was okay when it was literally destroying them from the inside out. there's also screenshots of the entire conversation that this person and Brady had. But correct us if we're wrong, but we may not be fully correct on this as well. But you do have to take account into some stuff. Well, we do understand that some of these may be wrong. So just, yeah. And he gave characters that he role-played SA trauma, even if it was a canon. It was really weird. I get it. Had the person, who I'll call F, still, make him free art multiple times, even make him a PNG tuber, which he used for a month and stopped using, even though it took F quite a while to make it. As I'm reading this, he also let minors watch him ERP with himself. That's something. Oh, he also made some false allegations about a popular artist in the Danganronpa fandom. By Danganronpa another, I believe. And in private, and we do believe that he made a nickname for them that had Pride in it. The only thing said artist has done was anonymously join his roleplay server and see the ERP in the public eye and take concerns to him about it. The screenshots were given up to people by Brady himself in an attempt to twist the artist's words, which I feel bad for the artist. I don't know who it is, but I do feel really bad for said artist. He also made the Lils in his quote-unquote system to take certain tests, and also said quote-unquote one banana / non-sexual, and a little / age regression channel with / non-sexual meaning what I just said, which a little or age regression wouldn't need to add, by the way, which is really, really fucking weird. Oh, this is gonna be a long video, but it's okay. Asked someone who had just turned 13 that year to draw a PRN for him, and had allowed the same 13-year-old to share their own drawn PRN in Nasi for channels, which was how everything in 2023 started, yeah. Also made a joke about a 14-year-old putting a lollipop into their downstairs area. Also made a predatory user. He threatened a predatory user to do something to the dead body of a suicidal minor. But minor. Brady didn't do shit because the user sent the message. The predatory user is the same one that the child mods, not Brady themselves, had to take care of, by the way. Around late 2022 and early 2023, a artist posted on Twitter regarding Brady. Oh, well, Brady now. Haha, loser. And their actions revealing that this is somewhat of a pattern. The set thread is what had the screenshots of Brady admitting to have downloaded stuff of children, like very bad stuff of children, if you know, you know, as well as Brady having doxed someone and having sent Nasiphoric images of Mondo from Danganronpa to a server that had a user as young as 9. Sir. Also implied that him being called out for like a minor job Pico RN in his server was only happening because he was at Malapurth. Like the person who was upset about it was somehow transphobic. Hi, person who complained to the people who made this document. I hope life is treating you well after that happened, if you do see this video. He was also weirdly obsessed with catching predators, quote unquote, which leads us to believe that he was trying to cover something up. I mean, yeah. So, Brady will also tell people, quote unquote, hey, I just got done masturbating after he joined calls. Okay, weirdo. There was also a whole situation where people thought he said the N slur when he said ligmables. I'm not saying that word because I'm white, and or something to that nature, and that was true. He didn't say the N slur, but then he did say the N word quite soon after that. It was like a year or two after, in the recent point that we made, where he did start saying it as like a quote unquote motor tick. During the whole Ligma Ball situation, he actively forced his friends, who were mostly around 3 or 4 years than him, to go after a person who accused him of saying the N slur. And I'm pretty sure you guys all know about the Russia-Ukraine situation going on. And he made a joke about the Russia-Ukraine conflict. I'm shocked that he would make such jokes about other countries being at war. Okay. Constantly tried to white knight and be the racist and quote unquote savior around people of color. Okay. Racist. And got rid of the representation of CSOC. Ayoko, I think that's how you say it, being non-binary, and just switched it to he, him to make it easier for people to interpret the character how they want. So they shouldn't add specific representation, but then wouldn't remove his OC being gay because it contributed to the plot, quote unquote. Even though Ayoko, being non-binary and asexual, also contributed to the plot of whatever server. I think it was the roleplay server that we left, like, way back when, but I don't remember the name of it now. He excused his abuse / lashing out of his friends with BPD that he self-diagnosed, and has deleted most of the accounts where we would finally get information and or proof, because he is afraid of people finding out about other things that he did. He has deleted over 3 YouTube accounts at this point, TikTok accounts, and even Twitch, and of course his Instagram account. So But yeah, I think that's all of stuff that we had to follow up on. This is another longer video, and I hope you guys enjoyed me going on and also enjoyed this very long follow-up video about a problematic person that we were personally friends with. And I'll probably see you guys soon if we're not burnt out. So, bye!